I assume you are socially responsible and have watched enough television to be in a state of agitation, confusion and anxiety about the totally real and not manufactured climate crisis. Or are you one of those bigot science phobes who denies science and hates poor people and children?
We are creating this movement every day, because every day of inaction drives more action from us!
I am afraid. How come why is the governments, corporations and media not listening to these suffering children's grassroots global movement?
Climate activists need to support other social movements too, because any fight for justice is your fight too. So when kids rally for gun safety, or for LGBTQ+ rights, or when teachers ask for livable wages, get your butt out there and support them!
I'm mad at my parents because look at where we're at right now. Like, we're all gonna suffer if we don't start doing something now.
Wow. This is, serious.
Stand up and fight for what's right.
Greta says the best thing people can do is start small, because everyone has the power to make a difference.
No one is too small to have an impact and change the world, so just do everything you can.
In keeping with all things environment, let's check out some happy stories of people doing their bit to help save our planet.
I, for one, am ready to accept the solutions to this completely legitimate and not a scam worldwide existential threat. Let's check out His Royal Highness Prince Khalid bin Al-Walid's YouTube channel to see if plant-based news is covering this breaking news of the #climate crisis. Surely Klaus and the vegan movement will be taking appropriate action to face this imminent and immediate planetary threat that will surely destroy everything very soon if we don't take appropriate #climate action right now.
Than the rest of the Earth. Temperatures over parts of the Arctic will increase as much as 54 degrees Fahrenheit this month.
Our house is on fire. Our house is falling apart.
We are right now about 11 years away from that climate breakdown will become irreversible.
Wow. This is serious, and this video is already a week old. Let's see if the most recent videos have some solutions we can implement to combat this completely serious and imminent real global catastrophe.
And we will never stop fighting. We will never stop fighting for this planet and for ourselves, our futures, and for the futures of our children and grandchildren. Thank you.
3 years ago, I guess, I'm not quite sure, but 3 years ago, roundabout, you radically changed the life of your family. You managed to have your family stop eating meat, for example. How did you do that, and what did it take to convince them?
I am shaking with goosebumps right now. This brave grassroots 16-year-old human shield is on every television station in the world fighting for the solutions. I'm so glad there is a way to avert the imminent catastrophe that all the real science has proven will destroy everything if we don't take action now. If the adults don't sterilize themselves, put us on birth control, pay carbon taxes to the World Bank and IMF, move into a social engineered smart city and eat a plant-based diet of mass-produced kibble made from processed monocropped patented GMO plant foods, this poor 16-year-old human shield will not have a future.
That is important. And so on. They always had excuses, but then I made them feel so guilty.
You made them feel guilty?
Yeah, I told
Bad news for your parents.
Yeah.
What's that? You aren't convinced? What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you stealing poor Greta's future? Why do you hate children and the planet? Why do you support murdering Bambi and Simba?
And then they decided to do those changes because I have made them feel very guilty.
Now all of them are vegan.
I'm so excited to be vegan like my heroes, Greta and Klaus. Let's check in on Bill Gates, selfless philanthropist, friend of former champion of science and fellow philanthropist Jeffrey Epstein. He must be working to help us face this real, Credible death threat from the climate.
Some people don't recognize how important Nigeria is. In sub-Saharan Africa, almost a quarter of the people live in one country. I'm here with my friend, Aliko Dangote.
A lot of people, they are not really aware of the malnutrition issues that we have in Nigeria.
Malnutrition is such a gigantic problem. Part of it is just getting enough food, but another part is getting various vitamins, micronutrients.
Rejoice. Bill Gates, major shareholder in Monsanto and Beyond Meat, and his friend, the richest man in Africa, are putting extra special vitamins and minerals in the industrial plant-based GMO kibble they want to feed all of Africa and the world with. Saving the planet and not eating meat or animal foods never felt so good. If we could get more GMO corn and soy into Africa, we can stop the hashtag climate crisis.
And now whatever that we produce in Dangote Group, whatever you eat, you have
malnourished. I am ecstatic and smiling inside. I do not want to cry.
And it's just completely dairy free, so if you are lactose intolerant, then that's, this is a great alternative for you too. So when it came, we were pretty surprised in a great way at how good and realistic it is.
It's so good, it's lovely raw, and it melts amazingly, doesn't it too? So we're going to make some really good recipes. This one I'm really excited about because it's
this recipe and lifestyle is so acceptable and is healthier for myself and the planet than real food. This is a sustainable vegan meal of fake cheese fried in Roundup fortified wheat flour and GMO vegetable oil. I do not wish this was real animal foods. I am very empowered against the hashtag climate crisis. I am not deceived. We are all one. I can become a god. I am being the best version of myself. I am being the change that I want to see in the changes that must come in these changing times to come. The animals will thank me if I get a vasectomy. The climate crisis is going to kill everything if we don't all do this. I am happy and choose this. I like making vegan recipes like the people on the screen. I am smiling large inside. My mother is the earth and my father is a closet heterosexual. We evolved from cosmic sludge. I will stop craving real animal foods eventually. I feel healthy. Veganism is desirable and easy. I would gladly pay a carbon tax to the World Bank. Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. I am saving the planet. The climate is changing, and if I don't eat this instead of real animal foods, that 16-year-old human shield won't get her future back from the abusive grown-ups. I am not deceived. I am not in denial. I am an activist.
Bigots. Bigots, bigots, bigots. Look at all you bigots. YouTube bigots, Rockfin bigots. We're, it's crazy. We're getting, the stream is so choppy over there on YouTube. But this is not an internet issue. This is not a streaming issue coming from my side. Because guess what? Over on Rockfin, no choppiness whatsoever. Over on Rockfin, where we can actually monetize. Yeah. Over on Rockfin, where we are never censored. Over on Rockfin, where we can talk about all the topics that we want to talk about, which we should be able to talk about on YouTube as well, right? Because, hey, none of this is breaking the so-called community guidelines, which I guess, they're ever shifting. And there basically are no community guidelines anymore on YouTube. It's just, we'll remove you, we'll throttle you, we will hide your channel from your audience if we deem it to be not desirable for the goals of the parent company, Google and Alphabet. So you're a naughty girl, YouTube. You are a Susan Wojcicki. Susan, you are a naughty, naughty girl. But you know what? All you guys watching on Rockfin, what you guys will notice is that there's no choppiness, that there is zero lag, and it's perfectly saving the planet, helping us, right? Helping, fighting for Mother Earth, as they would say, right? For Mammy Earth. Mammy Earth is super sad, and our favorite climate activists are here to help. That's what they're here to do. They're just here to help. So here we go. I've got, pull up my Twitter over here. You guys make sure to follow my new Twitter account. It's at TRXSTXN4. I took out all the vowels, right? Because since when I became trans vegan, I realized that vows might or might not be trans vegan phobic. But then when I became a woman, I realized just how oppressive. When I see those vowels in my name, like the I and the A, especially the A, right? It reminds me of just the ridiculous, hateful Spanish language, right? Which is constantly gendering everything. Everything's gendered in Spanish. What's up with this? Anyways, when I speak to the villagers here in Ecuador, when I speak to the little villagers here, I always make sure to take all the vowels. I'm not gendering anything, right? I put X's at the end of every word. So that's TRXSTXN4 on Twitter. Because guess what? I needed a new Twitter handle because Twitter could not handle my feminine sensibilities, my amazing activism, my trans vegan activism. They weren't into it, so yeah, I had to get a new one. You guys probably hear the rain. It's raining over here. Pretty nice rain. Anyways, here's one of the greatest threads on the G7 that I've seen so far. It just perfectly encompasses it, you know, and just even for like the normie, even for somebody who's not been studying, whatever you want to call it, deep politics, geopolitics, geopolitical machinations that have been happening the last few years. Watching this closely, I mean, we've been commenting on the fake climate crisis for years now. Right? I mean, I made that video. That video right there was 2019. Remember when Greta Thunberg came out and she said, "I want you to act like your house is on fire. Oh, we need climate action now." Well, it's been 2 years now. We're going to see if they've cleared up what exactly it means to take climate action now. So we're going to be checking in with the Extinction Rebellion crew, with Greta's home thems, we'll call it. Not home boys, not home girls. Home theys and thems. Home thems. We're going to check in with the home thems over at Extinction Rebellion. And also checking out with the homies at the G7 Summit. The G7 Summit. Look at these heroes right here. Right? Yeah, you guys might be saying, I mean, your internal dialogue instilled in you from your television monitor may be saying, in the middle of a pandemic? Well, I'll have you know that all these people are 100% protected. I almost always say Kevin Trudeau, but I am saying Justin Trudeau today. His Royal Highness Justin Trudeau of Canada. You've got Emmanuel Macron from France, Angela Merkel. I mean, where's Klaus Schwab? I hope Klaus Schwab got to visit. So they went to the G7 over there in Cornwall in the UK. Remember, if you live in the UK, you can't travel. If you're a pleb and you live in the UK, you can't fly in and out. But these are essentials, and the essentials can fly in and out on their private jets. Here you go. Kate Wand did a great job at captioning these and showing the look at this. You guys, I know what you're saying. In the middle of a pandemic? Yes, in the middle of a pandemic. But remember, these people, these are the essentials. Right? These are important people. Boris Johnson, the Queen. Right? These are the elite. Okay, but as you notice in the background, the help, they're wearing masks. The help have masks on. Right? So if you're going to be working there, if you're going to be around these the clean people, the cleansed people, you better wear your freaking muzzle. So you got them wearing the masks. Of course, you know, everywhere there are still mask mandates. I guess in the UK, hugging and getting up close and personal is still advised against, or is it illegal? Right? No hugging. I guess maybe unless you've been cleansed as well with a happy, healthy cleansing shot. But these people can. They can get right up next to each other. Here they are, looking at a lovely demonstration of just sustainability, right? They're actually, what they're looking at here, I gotta pull this up. G7, they're watching an air show. So these are the people that are telling you that, these are people telling you, this is what they're looking at. Look. This is an air show. These are the people that are telling you there's a climate crisis, of course, right? The climate crisis, the climate is changing. The climate's changing. We need to act now. We need international action right now. All right, these are the people, they are the essentials, right? Look at Boris Johnson's drunken buffoon ass. Drinking some cheap beer or something. Just looks like a drunk. Look at Justin Trudeau. I know some of you watching this might be saying, oh yeah, Justin Trudeau, what a faggot. He's not, okay? Justin Trudeau is really cool, right? He's the only one he's a respectable man. Look at him. He's just a normal guy, drinking a beer, watching the air show. You've also got Dr. Jill Biden. Okay, she's a doctor. She's a doctor, okay? She doesn't need to wear a mask. They can get close. These are the superior people. These are the essentials. Okay, you're not essential. You can't see your family. You can't see your friends. You can't hug people. Your children can't have an education. They can't go to school anymore. Right? Bill Gates is going to teach them on the iPads. Oh, look how happy they are. Doesn't this make you feel joyous? I don't know how the help snuck in the back there, but she's masked. Don't worry. The help is still masked. So yeah, this is what they're watching. They're watching an air show. Remember, there's a climate crisis. You guys can't fly. But they get to spray colored chemtrails up there in Cornwall in this nice Masonic stage. Look at that. Look at that nice little square right there pointing out into the vast depths of the ocean. So yeah, this is what they're doing. They're looking at the air show, talking about building back better. Remember, you can't fly, but they're going to build back better, right? And of course, the environment, the planet's dying. Better wear your mask. Look at least these animals are protected. Look at this animal doing its part. They're wearing the masks. They wear the masks to protect you. Okay, that's why these animals are putting the masks on. They want to protect us. And once they're able to get that happy, healthy, mandatory medical treatment that these people are trying to tell us we all have to take, then they'll take off the masks. But I'm glad they're wearing the masks for now. Good for them. Good for those birds, right? Make sure here we go. Here are the superior people right now gathering together. Oh, Joe Biden. Look at Uncle Joe. He's one of the pack. He doesn't need to lead. He doesn't need to be first. Here they are filing in. They don't have to social distance until... Oh, here they go. For the photo op, we'll do that. We got the social distance photo op. Boris Johnson. Yes, Boris. Boris Johnson. We're going to have to delay reopening. There's more cases. Cases have tripled over the last day. They went from 1 to 3. A 300% increase in cases. These are the essentials. Remember, guys. Look at Justin Trudeau. Look at that $10,000 suit on Justin Trudeau. We got $10,000 beer gut on Boris Johnson. Oh, there we go. All done with the social distancing now. Let's get close now. Okay, now we're gonna get close. So there you go. So remember, you guys if you travel, you're gonna have to quarantine for a couple weeks. But don't worry, they don't have to do this. They just get to fly in on the private jets, go kick it with the Queen. Okay, these people are superior. Right now, here's a great photo op. We got Justin and Boris wearing the mask, and they're showing you guys this is how you're supposed to touch. You're not allowed to touch your hands to each other again, right? The basic human greeting has to change now. Basic human greetings have changed. Now it's the elbow bump. I have never. First of all, do never try to elbow bump with me. Don't ever try to elbow bump. I will not. I will grab your hand. I'll hawk a loogie in my hand and grab your friggin' hand and open your fingers and wrap my fingers around your fingers and rub that loogie into your palm if you try to elbow bump me. Yeah, look at this. Remember though, in case so greatly points this out, this is about social justice and equality, right? Justin Trudeau sat down. He says, I sat down with Boris Johnson at the G7 to go over our shared priorities. And they do it in the Justin Trudeau. To go over our shared priorities, like creating jobs, the economic recovery, delivering vaccines worldwide, advancing gender equality, taking climate action, and what we can do together to make progress on them. Look at that. Look at this progress. Powerful. Powerful. They say the earth actually shook when those elbows touched each other. The earth actually shook in disgust at these two disgusting examples of leaders touch arms, right? So these are the secular leaders of the flu world order here. They got a nice air show. Look at that. Got the red, white, and blue. Spectacular air show. Spectacular. From the red arrows, red, white, and blue smoke fills the sky above Cornwall's Carbis Bay Beach. Of course, climate action. We're going to take climate action. Look at our flying red triangles. Why are they red? I don't know. The whole thing is really weird. I mean, it's not like this isn't just man, these people are dumb. It's like they didn't even think that people were going to think this is hypocritical. No, this is the point. This is the point is to mock you. The point is to actually mock us. This is what it's about. So it's not about even feigning like these people are somehow, trying to help at this point. It's just like, no, we're just gonna mock the plebs over there in Cornwall. So, all right, we got some tips to read though. We even got a tip from the YouTube crew. What's up with that? I have to say, like, I have never seen shadow banning and throttling on a channel as much. I don't watch that many channels on YouTube these days, but I have never seen a channel throttled as much as this. This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it just gets worse every time. And YouTube for a while was removing about 300 subs every month. So if you guys are watching right now, make sure to resubscribe. You might find that you were unsubscribed. You can hit the bell notification icon. They still won't notify you. They still won't. If you want to actually be notified, go over there to Rockfin. Right? You can make a free account. You can watch these for free live. Now, some of the content over there on Rockfin is premium content for members only. Right? For subscribers only. You can upgrade to a subscription, and you can get access to all the other content creators over there on Rockfin. You've got Jason Burmis over there on Rockfin, Whitney Webb's on Rockfin, a bunch of awesome and legitimate researchers. You've got Jay Dyer over there on Rockfin, right? So like the rap game is represented with Jay Dyer on Rockfin. Even Sam Tripoli, right, representing the methed out Spurgs over there on Rockfin. Sam Tripoli up there. You got some great shows over there on Rockfin, and of course, yours truly. So go over there. Upgrade a subscription on Rockfin, and that actually supports the work that we do. Unlike YouTube, this platform that we helped to build. Right? Unlike YouTube. So first of all, let me say thank you to Sci-Fi and Comedy Decrypted. Donated $5. Says thank you for your channel. Just wanted to show my appreciation, and that was via the Streamlabs. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Best way to support if you're watching live. Best way to tip. Get your questions and comments read on air. Is through the Streamlabs link right there if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. We haven't gotten much support at all. We got zero support from the YouTube platform, but the viewers on YouTube, they're all going over there to Rockfin as well. So I guess the only support we're getting nowadays, the only tips we're really getting, usually are coming from Rockfin, which is great. Rockfin people are awesome. Cookies tip $5. Wait, first though, Amanda Magdalena tipped $2. Said first tip. That's right. You were the first tipper. We're gonna have to do our usual. We'll do our tipping competition. The top tipper is going to win a free trip to the digital gulag. A free trip to or a free long-term vacation via Neuralink on Mars. Okay, mandatory, and. Yeah, so far that's we had Cookies tip $5, but ELC tip $20. Didn't even say anything. That's ELC. Top tipper of the day is ELC. Thank you, dude. And Will Emmanuel tip $10 as well. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the appreciation. We appreciate your appreciation.
Tell ELC to push it.
And thank you, ELC. We know ELC is in our private forum. Tomorrow we got a coaching call at what time is it at?
1 p.m. Eastern.
1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want help dialing in your diet, dialing in your lifestyle. That's one of the best ways, most affordable ways to get coaching from myself and Jessica, and you get support from our community. So you can sign up, you can become a member over there, and I'll put in the I have to put the link for that over here in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. But if you're watching on Rockfin, I'll put a link where you can become a member. I'll put a link in the description of the video right now. I'll edit it on the fly. All right, so yeah, thank you guys very much for the support. We appreciate those tips. That's how this channel stays alive. You know, you guys are the reason you see this content, because you support. All right, we don't get the support from we don't get this Bill and Melinda Gates bucks. We don't get the money from Avaz. George Soros has canceled his monthly payments, unfortunately. And so we're only supported by you guys. Francis Slater, thank you very much for that $2 tip as well, dude. All right, let's go back to the So the G7, they don't even care. They don't even care to fake it anymore. It's just rubbing it in your face at this point. All right, that's what so much of this has been about. I should have started I said we're gonna start with something light, but that just made me actually kind of mad seeing those images. I mean, just the blatant disrespect, the blatant disregard from these people who have been gaslighting us for the last year, right? Locking us down, destroying our livelihoods. Anyways, we've got at least we've got some pushback, right? Hundreds of Extinction Rebellion protesters join march at G7 summit. So there's hope, guys. There's hope. Dudes in green dresses with masks on, dudes dressed as women in green dresses with makeup and masks on are over there, and they're helping. They're here to help. So climate campaigners paraded from St. Ives Leisure Centre to the centre of the town, escorted by police who redirected cars en route. It was the first of a series of demonstrations that the group is holding throughout the 3-day event in the seaside town. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. Extinction Rebellion says the protests are in response to G7 nations' quote, failure to respect the global climate commitments they made in Paris in 2015, and to urge the leaders meeting at Carbis Bay in Cornwall to act immediately to address the climate and ecological emergency. Wow, at least 500 people joined the parade, while residents at St. Ives stood outside and took photographs and videoed the events. Well, you mean while professional photographers sent by PR firms took photographs and videoed the events so that they could put this out? Because, hey, it's not cheap. Where do these people get these flags from? Right? Where do these people get this consistent aesthetic? Right? The same aesthetic of the same font, the same colors, for these boomers to march around with these little flags and chant empty slogans with. Where do you think they get these ideas? Now, we've done a deep dive on Extinction Rebellion. Let's see, where is one of these? If you guys, these are not one. These are about net zero, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. We have done some deep dives on Extinction Rebellion. If you go to the YouTube channel over there, do a quick search on my YouTube channel, you will see, I think there might be 2 or 3 episodes where we really went deep on the roots of Extinction Rebellion. I had a great article on that over at wrongkindofgreen.com called Extinction Rebellion Training, or How to Control Radical Resistance from the, quote, obstructive left. Now, this is actually coming from somebody that's on the left, right? This was by Corey Morningstar. She did a great job breaking down. She did the manufacturing of Greta Thunberg for Consent series, right? And she has a really valid argument. There are actually, on the far left, valid critiques of capitalism, believe it or not. Right, just because you critique a lot of the leftist ideologies doesn't mean that they don't have valid critiques of the fake controlled right, of free market. Free market, bro. Hey, it's cool if hey, YouTube can totally throttle your channel. Right? YouTube, Google can deplatform you. Google can take away your Gmail account. PayPal can kick you off of their platform for simply disagreeing with them on something. Because this is the free market, bro. That's the free market. Right? There are valid critiques from the left, from the right, of this insane kind of fake dialectic that's been built by the fake left and fake right in order to push this global corporate banking agenda that is the climate crisis narrative, right? So, Extinction Rebellion, of course, all sorts of connections to big PR firms, right? Huge money behind this. Groups like Avaz behind it. Okay, Gail Radbrook, one of the founders, one of the co-founders, got a lot of ties to big tech. Gail Radbrook has been connected with big tech for a long time. And this fake environmental organizations, got Avaz, 350.org, Greenpeace, all of these so-called nonprofits, right, which are really just machines for big international banking and big capitalist interests, right? For big banks, big pharma very often, big ag, big tech. These NGOs are a funnel system for money to get funneled into fake grassroots activism. Right? It's a shell game system for money for funding these agendas so that they seem like like they're grassroots basically. Okay, so you've got Extinction Rebellion, who has all these ties over to the World Wildlife Fund, WWF, to the World Resources Institute, right, which was started by the MacArthur Foundation, and is all about control, right? All of these NGOs, all these big foundations, they're really about social control. Right? You've got the Rockefeller Foundation connected to the this idea, Track Zero, right? This lady, Farhana Yamin, this lady, where is she? There you go. This lady, here you can see here at the Extinction Rebellion's office, which is like a $39 million insane, here's this Vice article pumping them and telling you to pay attention. Oh, these are radical climate protesters, bro. So you've got this woman standing in front of the Extinction Rebellion logos, which of course are, the Dagaz rune? That rune. If anybody saw the film Midsummer, the rune behind her, the symbol for Extinction Rebellion, this kind of looks like an hourglass. It's got the X in it. Interesting kind of occult symbol there, and the way it was used in Midsummer it's very telling. But you can see her; she's got the Sustainable Development Goals packet in her hand. Right now, this is the lady, one of the leading voices of Extinction Rebellion. Right, she helped to negotiate the 2015 Paris Agreement. Right, so we're told that these people are grassroots, or she's got all kinds of connections. She's the founder of this, the CEO of Track Zero, which is another independent nonprofit that works with like the Rockefeller Foundation. Right, here's Track Zero. Here's some of the groups that Track Zero is associated with. Chatham House, which is the Royal Institute for International Affairs, right, the Royal Society. Rockefeller Foundation, of course. Children's Investment Fund Foundation, CIFF. They also, I think they're one of these pharmaceutical connected investment funds. Right? So all these big investment funds, all these fake philanthropy groups like the Rockefeller Foundation, of course, they all love Extinction Rebellion. That's why Extinction Rebellion has this was like a $40 million office. This is the office. Extinction Rebellion, I believe they own it. I believe they actually own it. They bought this for almost 40 million pounds. Here's their office right here. But they're just grassroots, right? Vice is talking about, these are the rebels, radical climate protesters, XR. What are they planning next? We went to the Radical Climate Change Group's offices to hear their plans for civil disobedience. Man, look how radical it is. They have like graffiti in their office, bro. Look at there's graffiti in there. Look, they use chalk in the office. That's so grassroots. Chalk. So anyways, I mean, that's a kind of a basic overview of what we're looking at here when we look at these climate groups, right? Connections to huge international money, big banks, and zero interest in actually protecting the environment. When you look at the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, this UN group also pushing for the Sustainable Development Goals. It's like Shell, BP, Google, Bayer, Pfizer's in there, of course, Michelin, Cargill, Monsanto, of course, the Rockefeller Foundation. So all these big organizations, all connected with these same interests, whose goal is ultimately not just physical control of resources, but also social control, which is why what you're being sold on as the solution to this is always fourth industrial revolution, right? Tracking and tracing of everything, including you, including your exhalations, right? We're talking like even your toilet being connected to the internet, right? So they talk about digital inclusivity, stuff like this, which really means everything's connected to the internet. Everything is monitored by a global corporate unelected state. But this is philanthropy, right? This is for the animals. It's for the it's for the climate. It's for the children, right? It's just like before. No, do you hate grandma? Right? What do you hate? What are you trying to kill grandma? Wear the mask. Take the shot. Now it's pay the carbon taxes. Put a price on carbon. All right, so when you actually look at what they're demanding, they don't name a single demand here. So they say, oh, you have to respect the global climate commitments from Paris 2015, the Paris Climate Agreement, which is basically a death sentence for the third world. Right? It's just taxing everything. Here you go. Environmental campaigners stage festival-type protests at G7. World leaders called upon to put ocean first and respond to the demands of climate change. And look what they're doing here. Look at their protest. This is their ocean first protest. Everybody's on plastic rafts in their polyester plastic clothing with giant plastic inflatable sharks and their plastic signs, protesting to save the ocean. Thousands of protesters, old and young. This is The Guardian, if you guys are listening, or maybe a podcast later on. Thousands of protesters, old and young, took to the sea and the beaches and streets of Cornwall to try to make their voices heard by the G7 leaders. Arguably, the most picturesque demonstration took place off Gilvingvace Beach at Falmouth, where more than 1,000 surfers, kayakers, and swimmers staged a paddle out organized by Surfers Against Sewage to call for more protection for the world's seas and oceans. So the surfers, to protect it from, to protect the world's seas and oceans, they get on their plastic surfboards and paddled out on their surfboards. Surfers from all over the UK, surfers, right? I like how they frame it, surfers. These are just cool surfers. They're just laid back, chill surfers, and they just want to save the planet. They chanted, "Save our seas," and "Climate action now." Oh, wow. So it's been 2 years, and we're still chanting climate action now. And "Do not let our planet die." The Guardian couldn't even spell check this. Yeah, hey, I'm guilty too. I can't even spell check most of my tweets. Almost all my tweets have spelling errors. So a giant inflatable shark warned against the issue of sea life consuming discarded plastic. Wow. Wow, what rebels. What rebels. Look how grassroots this is. So again, no real demands, just climate action now. Right? We need international agreements to put a price on carbon. We need a carbon tax. This is how stupid people are. This is how dumb people are. They get corralled into these controlled opposition astroturf groups, and they go out and scream for climate action or go to McDonald's. Here's the animal rebellion, right? Oh, the vegan protesters, around 50 animal rebels, are occupying the vast majority of seating available, both inside and outside the McDonald's in Falmouth. McDonald's, we need you to kickstart the transition to a hashtag plant-based food system to avert the looming climate crisis and ensure justice for animals. McDonald's, we need you to give us the Bill Gates Beyond Burgers. We want GMO Beyond Burgers. We want GMO soy-based Impossible Burgers. This is going to save the planet. This is what we need. We need this. right? This is the level of activism we have from the vegans, right? And these vegans, they'll come on and they'll say, oh yeah, we're doing what's right for the planet. We care about Mommy Earth. We just want to save Mammy Earth. This is legitimately the stupidest thing. Right? So this is how they protest. They're sitting in a McDonald's and saying, we demand plant-based kibble. That's it. This is 2 years later. 2 years into Extinction Rebellion. And it's still just empty rhetoric, right? We want you to sell us the global McMonoculture McKibble. Give us the plant-based McKibble, McDonald's. This is what we need. They also went to a bank and scrubbed the windows of the bank. Whoa, bro. Calm down there. You guys are just such rebels. Another quote from The Guardian. Members of Extinction Rebellion made a procession through the town and up to the media center for the summit, calling on the world's journalists to, quote, tell the truth on climate change and other issues. Oh, tell the truth. Tell the truth. Climate action now. 2 years in, and this is still what they're doing. So here's Extinction Rebellion UK's Twitter feed. They're still at it, but no amount of scrubbing can wash clean this dirty bank. HSBC still investing billions in fossil fuels while fobbing us with greenwashing. Stop funding climate crisis. Look at these rebels cleaning the windows of the bank. This is so dangerous. You guys are going to get, man, you guys better be careful. Like, the feds might start infiltrating you guys and trying to make you in a controlled opposition soon, you know? This is amazing. Look at that. Scrubbing the windows of the bank. Sitting at McDonald's asking for climate action. Going out on plastic inflatable rafts and demanding that we have carbon taxes. This is activism. This is such grassroots. This is powerful. Right? I am literally shaking. So yeah, Extinction Rebellion. I mean, it's yes, it is laughable, but it's also, it's just like, how stupid can you be? Here's another look at this. The giant inflatable shark. Guess what it says? Eat people, not plastic. So this is their activism again. Give us plant-based kibble, malnourish us with nutrient-depleted, inferior versions of fake meat, and get rid of us, right? Eat people, not plastic. On the shark. So this is their. They've had enough. We've had enough of your greenwash as they wash the windows of the bank. Bunch of boomers washing the bank's windows. So this is powerful, right? Amazing activism. But look, the police were called. As animal rights activists storm at McDonald's. Let's watch the video here. In Cornwall. Again, this is the same thing they did a few weeks ago. They're just doing it again. But now during the G7. What is... Alright, no, I don't know what that is. I wanted the actual video of them storming McDonald's. It looks like they're just sitting there. To me, this looks like some low-energy vegans just hanging out at McDonald's. This is like some 15-year-old kids sitting at McDonald's. This is powerful activism, though, guys. All right, so I mean, there's just article after article about the animal rights activists. So this is vegan activism for you now, guys. And I've been saying these people are useful idiots for years now, and they have no response to it except for usually personal attacks. Right? They say bald man bad. They call you a bigot. They say you must hate the animals. You're a murderer. You're a murderer. But here they are, just embodying the useful idiot, fake grassroots activists by sitting at McDonald's. This is their activism. This is so pathetic. Right, so they're out there washing the windows of bank. Washing the bank's windows. No, we got some videos here to watch too, though. It gets better. Believe it or not, it gets better. Here they are in St. Ives Island. Or no, is this the beach in Cornwall, St. Ives? Look at this powerful activism. Dudes in dresses. Trans dudes in dresses, walking slowly and creepily. And then people with fake puppet heads looking like the leaders in front of a G7 sign, an Extinction Rebellion logo behind them. This is their activism, guys. And look at this. Look at the media here. There's more media than there are protesters. More media than there are protesters. Here's the surfers. Right, again, on the plastic paddle boats with the plastic signs. I like how they call them surfers. Oh, they're surfers. There's no waves here. Nobody surfs here. They're plastic wetsuits. Save the oceans. Again, and it's empty. Like there's never an actual demand, right? It's not like, hey, let us open up our businesses and we're not going to take your forced new passport system. No. It's just climate action now. What do we want? Climate action now. When do we want it?
We need
now.
Put the ocean recovery at the heart of climate and biodiversity action.
Oh, bro, wow, that's powerful. Climate recovery and biodiversity action. Boris Johnson, please listen to these radical rebels. Boris Johnson, you're going to have to put a carbon tax on us all, man. These rebels are just rebelling so hard. This is like a revolution.
The world leaders are talking about climate change. They're saying the right things and making the right sounds. But this is a decade for action. We need to see fast action. We need to see more ambition around delivering that action, and it needs to start today.
Wow. Look, I haven't watched any of these videos, too. I was just recapping what we saw in 2019. This is still the rhetoric. It's empty rhetoric. Climate action now. But don't bother. Hey, we don't have time to discuss what kind of action. Just you guys are the good grown-ups, right? We need to call for you good grown-ups at the G7 to take climate action, right? They're not protesting against globalization. They're not protesting against a complete loss of all of their rights as human beings to assemble, right? To see their friends and families, to live a dignified human life without having medical procedures forced on them. Yeah, no, they want climate action. They want you to take away our meat, government. Tax our meat and give us the kibble. Give me another one of these. Recording here. With a plastic traffic cone on his head. Again, giant plastic raft. Save our oceans. It's so corny. All right, so this is what it is. This is the peak of activism. I mean, it's really sad. It's really corny. Come over here. Look at this. This is all right. This is crazy. I keep saying every stream that it gets more and more throttled on YouTube. But this is by far the most throttled. What a trash platform you have now, YouTube. What a trash platform you created. Man, hey guys, go over there. No throttling at all over there on Rockfin, right? Now, of course, it's a smaller platform for the time being. But I'm putting a link right there. Oh, there's a link pinned in the chat for YouTube. And go over there to Rockfin, pull up a Rockfin tab, What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna kill the stream on YouTube in a few minutes, and we're gonna go over on Rockfin. You don't have to bite your tongue on Rockfin. There's no censorship at all, right? And on Rockfin, people actually tip and support. How cool is that? Oh, you guys couldn't even see the vid? Where's the vid? Oh, derp. Derp. All right, my bad. You guys were watching and you couldn't even see the video that I have pulled up. There we go. There's the other one. I wasn't looking at the chat. I was just watching. So yeah, guys, pull up a tab on Rockfin. It's free to watch on Rockfin. You just make an account. If you want to put your real email in to make an account, you can just put in a fake email. It's all good. So you guys, yeah, thank you guys who have supported over there on YouTube. You couldn't see here's the video. This was the video we were just watching. All you got to hear was the narration from me. My bad. I gotta make sure and look at OBS every once in a while and make sure that what I want to be visible is visible. I'm sorry. So yeah, this is the video. Oh, take climate action. That was the first video. So anyways, and then there was a video, I'm not going to pull it up again, of the rafts in the ocean. So yeah, this is Extinction. These are the rebels, guys. They want climate action, and you know when they want it? They want it now. So here are Extinction Rebellion again, back on St. Ives Beach, with their little cult logo there. Again, there's more press, it seems, than there are actual protesters. Waterboarding protesters with oil. It's obviously got to be fake oil. With chocolate sauce or something. BP, Shell. Again, BP and Shell, they're also pushing for climate action. BP and Shell are members of the World Business Council for Sustainable Development. And then look at the symbol of this. Symbolism, just pouring black sludge in their mouths. Drink the black goo, says Changer Brother. You will drink the black goo and this will change the planet. This is activism, right? Pouring black goo all over these young girls, and then what's that kid's like 15 or something? Look how demonic is this? How demonic, and how racist too, right? Doing blackface. Three white kids doing blackface. That's really, I'm offended. So yeah, oh yeah, we care so much about the environment. Look at this. Oh, and what are they saying they want? There's nothing. It's just agitprop theater. Maybe this guy helped to write it, but none of these people wrote this scene. The kids who are getting this stuff poured down their throat. No future in fossil fuels. No future. Hey, guess what? No alternative to so-called fossil fuels, which is a propaganda term developed by oil companies to create artificial scarcity. And these same oil companies have been pushing the idea of climate change, of peak oil, since at least the 70s. So this is their activism, right? We're going to pour some satanic black goo down these children's throats. We're going to have some dudes dressed up in, some transvestites in dresses. These are all men in dresses, of course. Walking on the streets. Or not on the streets, on the beach. Dancing around the world leader like demons. G7, act now. Act now. So again, this is about... Notice that there's no real demands. The demands are just vague generalities. There's another clip of them pouring the black goo. Now this was 2019 here.
안녕하십니까?
This is not now, but isn't it funny? This is 2019. Notice that none of the normal people have masks. And this group that calls themselves the Red Brigade, which is named after a communist terrorist group in Italy. And they're wearing masks, right? The Red Brigade group are wearing masks. Let's see, you can see at the beginning. They're masked up. A bunch of dudes with white makeup, red dresses, walking down the street. It's like a cult, ritualistic display here. The Red Brigade. And they were wearing masks in Cornwall in 2019. I thought that was a funny little thing. I thought that was kind of fun. Don't know what to make of that. One of those strange coincidences. I don't know. Extinction Rebellion. So again, here's another XR
I'm asking
activist.
Today for G7 leaders to use their power.
Let me guess. Climate action now.
Just their own countries, but for planet Earth.
Oh, okay. Planet Earth.
Because we are all interconnected, and the time is now.
The time is now. The time is now. These like hypnotic, meaningless sayings. The time is now.
Here,
Oh, I thought the time was earlier. Shit, the time is now, babe. I thought the time was tomorrow, or yesterday, or like an hour before right now. But the time is now. I don't know if you guys realize that. The time is now. Damn, that's profound.
global effect, and there is millions of displaced people from environmental collapse today in the global south. There is millions of people starving today.
Because of the consolidation of the food supply. Because of the forced displacement of people by these huge corporations. By these big banks. That you're asking to save the planet. That you tell us are going to save the planet.
Make it now where we learn what solidarity means.
Sweet gold jewelry too, chick. That's really nice. I'm sure. I wonder where that came from. Where'd those minerals hanging from your ears and from your neck come from?
What solidarity means. Solidarity requires us to see each other as the same, equal. It means sharing power. It means sharing resources. And it means
sharing resources. You mean like the sharing economy? Sharing power. Oh, you mean like we need a global government? What a surprise, right? What a surprise! You're asking for exactly what the Club of Rome wrote about in their 1992 book that we've covered so many times here, The First Global Revolution, where they say that we will use the ecological crisis, global warming, and the likes to bring about a global planetary regime in response to a global planetary crisis.
It means sharing power, it means sharing resources, and it means sharing privilege. There is no future without all of us working together.
Drowning in promises. Powerful. This is powerful. Extinction Rebellion's from 2 days ago. We want to live. Wow, we want to live. No, this is their YouTube channel. I mean, there's millions of dollars behind this organization, Extinction Rebellion. They got a $40 million office in London. Connections to 350.org, Avaz. Funding coming from all these huge corporations, big hedge funds, and that's all they have to do, right? It's completely fake grassroots, complete astroturfing. Boris Johnson over there, you better do something, bro. The people just are demanding change. They're demanding that you sign a new global agreement and put a price on carbon. They just want you to do that so badly. They want you to do it so bad. They need you to do that. Right, these total badass rebels doing weird Crowleyan trans rituals with red dresses and pouring black blood in chicks' mouths and drenching themselves in fake blood in front of banks. You better take climate action now. And there are tons of these well-funded, well-organized, fake grassroots protests happening all over. The Air We Grieve, Extinction Rebellion, London. It's from 2019, right? Way back 2019. But again, like, what's the aesthetic here? Another one of these strange. I gotta So this is not now. This is 2019. But look at the imagery. They got gas masks.
I think it's definitely something that we can use in the future.
Okay, so here, let's see the actual protesters before. They're protesting air pollution, and they all put the Extinction Rebellion gas masks on and lay dead in the streets. All right, so they're going to have big die-in, big fake die-in. Oh, we're dying. We're dying in our gas masks. Interesting. Isn't that strange? Isn't that so strange? All right, let's come over here. Let's see if we got any. There we go. We got a couple tips, it seems. What's up, guys? Jethro showing up, throwing a $10 tip. Thank you, Jethro. I appreciate that. Sean Tobin. Sean Tobin is a regular. He sent a $10 tip. Remember, guys, if you like this, your tips are always appreciated. Thank you very much, Sean Tobin. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you want to have your questions or comments read or answered, you can send a tip via Streamlabs, or you just, jump over there. Go over there on Rockfin. There's no throttling on Rockfin. You can actually see. You can actually get notified on Rockfin. We're gonna do exclusive Rockfin in a few minutes, I think. But we got Sean Tobin, arch bigot. Sean Tobin says, "I want climate action now too. I want some real change though. I want an end to COVID-1984 SJW emotionality and drama for attention, an end to totalitarian mega corporate structures and out-of-touch elites and wannabe yes servants. I want an end to all that. And every time I go hiking, I'm saying goodbye to all that." Thanks again, Tristan. Great coverage today. I don't think it's that climate that they're talking. I don't think they're talking about the climate change as in the social sphere that they want. So I don't think you would exactly get along with these protesters, even though I agree. I want a change of the climate. I want to protest for climate change. I want climate change now. I want to protest for climate change. I want a complete change in the climate. I want to stop the fear propaganda. I want a complete halting of the taking away of our rights to gather together, to travel, to decide what we put in our body and what we don't put in our body, to decide what we do with our land, with our resources. Right, now, of course, part of the Sustainable Development Goals are setting aside parts of the planet for nature reserves. Right, they're talking about they want like 30% plus of the land mass of the earth to be set aside for like rewilding, they call it, which just means us plebs don't get to go there. But I'm sure the elite, they'll be able to have their retreats there. Boris Johnson and Joe Biden can go play the most dangerous game there. Johnny G tip $5 says, "Challenge Frank to Fano the MMA match. You are a trans butch female and he has the testosterone of a woman, so it's a fair fight." Yeah, I don't know if that guy's vegan enough for me. Although I haven't seen him in a long time. Not sure what he's been up to. A little flanky. But yeah, thank you very much. That's a great idea. That's a great tip. Thank you very much. I'll take that to heart. I'm more looking for. I would rather challenge like Angela Merkel, to a boxing match, or like Dr. Jill Biden, right? I would love an MMA match. I mean, now that I'm a woman, since my transition would just feel so complete if I could get into the ring with Dr. Jill Biden, right? Like she can use what she chooses the size glove.
Guys,
we can do. She can choose.
You want to be the big man, the big daddy.
Yes, I do. I want to be the big man. I want to be the big woman. Okay, and I want to fight Dr. Jill Biden for my gender affirming boxing match or MMA match, and of course it's for charity. All proceeds will go to Extinction Rebellion, and yes, that would be fantastic. That'd be fantastic. So, hey, if you guys are watching on YouTube, pull up a tab, go over there to Rockfin. Go over there to Rockfin. We're getting massively throttled on this stupid trash YouTube platform, but no throttling over there on Rockfin. Thank you guys for supporting via the tips on Rockfin. I appreciate that, guys. We got another tip. We actually got a tip from YouTubers. From the YouTubers. Acularis donated $5. Says, hey, Tristan, you helped me rediscover God and helped open my eyes to the messed up world we're living in. Quite possibly the end times. I'm just getting into orthodoxy. Any tips, whether reading material or the like? Hey, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, as far as like the end times, I don't think it's it's not for us to know. I think even in the first century, the martyrs and the saints believed that the end was really close. Now, hey, we could be, we could not be, but I think it's important to always be preparing, to be repenting. In prayer and repentance. I would say, as far as books, you might have already read some Father Seraphim Rose. Father Seraphim Rose's book, Nihilism, The Root of the Revolution of the Modern Age. Also his book, Orthodoxy and the Religion of the Future. A friend of mine has my copy of that book. He better be taking care of it. So yeah, Orthodoxy and the Religion of the Future. Those are good ones as far as, maybe if you're coming from atheism, nihilism, both of those books are great. I mean, there's so much. Like, I have so many books that we've printed out from PDFs that I've yet to even start reading. Clark Carlton has a book called The Faith, and that it's kind of like an Orthodox catechism book, and I think that's a really good one as well, as an introduction to Orthodoxy. There's a book by Proto-Presbyter Polmazanski. If you go to St. Herman's of Alaska's Press, look up St. Herman Press, and there's a book called Orthodox Dogmatic Theology, breaking down the theology and dogma of the Eastern Orthodox Church, which is the church given to us by Christ through the apostles and the church fathers. Right? That's a good place to start. So thank you. I appreciate the tip, and I'm glad I could be of use to you, man. Yes, the world is crazy. The world's going nuts. We don't have to go with it. And but of course, we don't. The amazing thing about the saints and Orthodoxy is that one of the things that I respect is, you don't see, like you see in the evangelicals always pumping this nonsense about the rapture. Oh, the end is near. The signs are near. And I'm the new prophet. I'm prophesying. I'm seeing the Antichrist is coming. He's coming. It's not for any of us to say, but we should be watching out for the signs. But we shouldn't get too crazy with, concerning ourselves with trying to discern, is this the end or not? Is this the Antichrist? Is that the Antichrist? Right? It's important that we keep sobriety of mind and of heart and prayer and repentance. So yeah, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Who else? What else is going on? Thank you. All right, I'm glad that could be helpful. If you guys got any way, if you guys want to throw a tip. The best way to tip is via Streamlabs. Someone was asking about sending a tip, and he said there's no option to send a super chat, and there's not really an option to even subscribe to my channel, because you can subscribe to the channel on YouTube, and they'll just unsubscribe you. So the best way to actually get notified, go over there on Rockfin, follow the channel on Rockfin, jump over there on the Rockfin, and we will actually notify you via email before these streams if we know ahead of time that they're going to go down. And if you upgrade to a subscription, you can get access to all the premium content there as well. So, yeah, guys, thank you for the support over there on YouTube. I'm sorry for the people who have been unsubscribed, who don't get notified by YouTube. It is a trash platform run by trash people towards trash ends, and they have destroyed their own platform. And this channel has been on the naughty list for quite a while, but now now it just seems like the shadow banning has reached new levels. It's reached new absurd levels, and that's why we're transitioning over there to Rockfin, right? I've been trans vegan Now, I mean, I'm trying to nail a fight, trying to get some women to fight me. So I'm trying to become a woman. Or, I mean, I am a woman. Excuse me. I am a woman. But also, we're transitioning to Rockfin. We're trans post YouTube. Leona says I got unsubscribed 3 times. Wow. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So, hey, try again. Maybe this time you'll be allowed to be subscribed to my channel. Maybe this time you will be allowed. So, hey, you guys, if you're watching on Rockfin, thank you for the tips. Thank you for the support. Thank you guys for subscribing and for supporting the work we do here. This channel is supported by you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, what I'm going to do now is we're going to transition over there to Rockfin exclusively. I don't have to bite my tongue over there. We got some more things to talk about. We're going to talk a little bit more about the G7 protests here and how this ties into what's being pushed long term as far as the consolidation of this global governance system, which ultimately involves tracking and tracing of not just you and your movement, but also all resources on this planet. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more analysis on some of these goofy videos from these fools over at Extinction Rebellion. We're gonna finish off on Rockfin exclusively because screw YouTube, because Rockfin is cool and YouTube sucks. So you guys pull up a tab on Rockfin. I'll put the link in there one more time. I'm gonna cut the stream on YouTube. We'll take like a minute and a half break, and I'll see you guys back in here in a moment. Be right back.